Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, your worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria is proving to be a woman that few dare to disagree with. She has already won concessions for the Inquisition. You are fortunate to have her support.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, your worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Orlais. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. And of course, there is the Tevinter ambassador. Enjoy time with them while you can, your worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
The Imperium sent an ambassador?
Yes, your worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. I am glad you saw more clearly than I did.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, your worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council. Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Orlais sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
The Inquisition still has work to do. We can't let someone's fear push us into disbanding.
Then I wish you luck in the negotiations to come. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Hello everyone, my name is Tocho and welcome back to Dragon Age's Inquisition here in what I believe to be the Trespasser DLC. And we are back at the Winter Palace in Helm Shral for the Exalted Council, whatever the hell that is. Let's go see Varric. Hi Varric, how you do?
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you.
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount
Provisional Viscount.
of Kirkwall.
And what are you doing now?
I have resumed my post as seneschal now that Master Tethras has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now?
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
That's fantastic. You'll make an excellent Viscount.
I think the nobility figured, after Dumar and Perrin, what's the worst that could happen if we put the dwarf in charge? They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations, you're a compt now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. You should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Proper disposition of empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
This is possibly too much, Varric. I don't know what to say.
That's nothing. Practically nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
No.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
Oh, that was everything I could have hoped from Varric. You've been a gem. Love it. Who else is skulking around? I know I can shove over my mouse over the map to see, but I don't want to. Who's around the corner? Cullen, what are you... Oh, puppy!
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
You found a dog.
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Tire of you? With that positive attitude and fetching ability?
He's not supposed to fetch it.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
I never expected you to make friends at a political council. How times have changed.
So they have. The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean. Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support in whatever form you require.
I can't imagine the Inquisition without you.
I am honored, and likewise, Inquisitor. You can help. Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
It's a good puppy. And they finally restore the gardens. Can we actually get through here now? And Vivienne, how you been, dear?
Darling, you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Of course it is, darling. That's the only kind I have.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. How are your international relations with our favorite Tevinter Magister-to-be?
I would never kiss and tell, Vivienne. You know that.
Merely expressing concern for your well-being, my dear. Someone ought to.
What the I can't. I fucking can't.
You must be keeping very busy.
Someone has to keep the mess that's been made of Thaddeus' institutions of magic from flying apart. Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Jesus. Is that a banana on a stick? Banana on a stick? Hams? Sarah, I thought you were supposed to, you know, be working for the servant, or, you know, the servants and the staff and all that. Why are you making their lives hell? Expensive dog treats!
Why not?
Half-finished poems. Skin like gauze across the sky. I sigh and fall in the evening's lakes. The pools of which deep is your eyes, and eyes of which pierce like wakes, drakes, heartaches, cakes. Make her, I hope my lady's patient. Dog treats, dog treats, dog treats! Give the dog treats!
The dog lords have barricaded themselves in this city.
Be careful, Inquisitor. We have a ways to go yet.
I don't know how many more dog treats I can find. While the gazebo is unavailable for festive occasions, deposits are non-refundable in cases of flood, fire, imperial whim. Book accordingly. Is available for festivities. Okay. Anyway, there was someone around the corner here that I didn't look at because I got distracted by dog treats. And it is on the other side of the wall. Blackwall.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I gave you my word we would talk, and I never break my word.
Easy there. I was just teasing. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And after the betrayal, and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
How many people hit you?
I lost count at 12, but I could take a punch. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could. I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back, though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
Blackwall in the last few years. Inquisitor, I hope this letter finds you well. I apologize for my prolonged absence. I have traced the whereabouts of one more of my former company, and I'm writing to you from Kirkwall, where he now resides. I knew him as Private Nicholas Lorry. He goes by Klaus now. Unlike many of the men I betrayed, Klaus found a way to put his life together without turning to crime. It doesn't in any way lessen the horror of what I did, but it was comforting to see at least one life not completely ruined by my actions. Klaus is married to a lovely lady. They run a small bakery. It didn't take him long for recognition to dawn, and then I had 2 mince pies lobbed at my head. Pies that were fresh from the oven, mind you. It was a good thing I ducked. I made my apologies even after much of searching and making reparations. It was still hard. To his credit, Klaus allowed me to talk, and we ended the visit with ale at the Hanged Man. I should return within the month. Thank you for allowing me this time, Inquisitor. Tom Rainier. Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. What do you say, gentlemen? 3 days before the Inquisition sees sense and aligns itself with Orlais? Properly this time. Nonsense, Marcel. Ferelden is here for blood. A day before they either demand it outright or threaten war on us if they don't get it. The Divine will intercede. She must. Victoria and the Inquisition are too closely connected in everyone's eyes for her not to interfere. You have great confidence in the Chantry, Elaine. 1,000 royals worth of confidence from each of you if the Divine settles the fate of the Inquisition. Done. 1,000 from each of you once the Inquisition exceeds sovereignty to Orlais and the Council of Heralds. You two will beggar me. Leonard, are you out? Don't be ridiculous. 1,000 royals and Ferelden getting their way after all. Golden Nug. What? So synchronize our collectibles across games by downloading collectibles that previously uploaded and uploading newly acquired ones. Okay, sure. A little workstation for us. Who's... Dog treat. Cassandra.
Oh.
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
Should I leave and come back later so you can try again?
Always with clever suggestions. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit. Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend. I will always be your friend.
Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day. Do what is in your heart, my friend, no matter what anyone might tell you.
I really can't imagine what you mean.
I'm talking about marriage.
Marriage?
Of course, Dorian being Tevinter will raise eyebrows across the Empire, but if that is you... You're not proposing to anyone.
Where did this come from?
Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
I might get married. I've thought about it.
I suspected as much. Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
Are you okay, Cassandra?
How did Varric, of all people, become the Viscount of Kirkwall? A mystery for the ages.
That was a good one, Varric. I mean, nice view, but... Am I supposed to recognize any of this? No holes in the sky? Dog treats. Hard in Hightown, for the sake of time. His tattered novel builds itself a sweeping romance of the Eight Seas by Danelle Mithril. The cover shows a dark-skinned elf with long platinum hair hanging by one hand from the mast of a ship, a dagger in his teeth. A woman in an elaborate mask, low-cut dress, and almost as much hair as the elf gasps up from the base of the mast. The elf is glaring at a tanned and chiseled human pirate, grinning as his vessel pulls up on the elf's ship. For the first elfin captain in the Antivan Navy, Kiel Zebulon's inaugural assignment was a routine trading mission down to Wycombe. Little did he know that the fiery Amethyst Corone, a passenger he picked up in the free marches, was an heir to an enormous fortune. A fortune Ravani pirate Prince Elrado Hurricane would do anything to get his hands on. Unable to resist Amethyst's plea for help, Kiel found himself racing to get back to Valrio even as the ferocious hurricane pursued them. And their passions ensured that the Eight Seas would never be the same. There's a note scribbled inside of the cover in dainty handwriting. If found, please return to Lady Yvette Montelier. Oh, Yvette's here. Countess Devoir, this was a stateroom set aside for 3 to 5 in the afternoon for her daughter's harp practice. Must have windows on one side and a balcony. If she proposes a recital, refer her to the seneschal. Duke Parapone wants to entertain Ferelden relatives, a barrel of whiskey, and 3 wheels of cheese to be delivered to his quarters this evening. Ban Wharton, his bed should be made up with linens, not silks. Sir Litson complains that an old wound in her leg is making itself felt. Move her to the ground floor. Lady Galette, a duelist, has requested a sparring partner in a suitable practice ground, Lord Gilderay. To be woken at 8 by a maid on even days, a page boy on odd days, don't ask, with a fresh pitcher of water and 12 sprigs of lavender and on a peach-colored towel, don't ask, carrying these items in silently without making eye contact with his lordship, placing them on the divan, clapping twice, and then leaving without a word. Do not ask.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
You're useful to have around, Cole.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs?
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
You seem to be adjusting well.
I'm pleased for both of you.
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm happy for you, friend. Got 2 people around the corner. I guess they're in the building. Bull!
Your Worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the Chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
It's for his birthday.
I'll see what I can do, Krem.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
You're not selling anything here.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Ternirs governed by Terns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls. And then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
What is... Fair enough, sure.
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during the Orlesian unification, under the reign of Mafarath's son, Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Guys, I'm running out of small talk.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Sure you can. They must have that thing almost across the room by now, right? Ben Hasrath, remember?
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief!
Oh, you guys. You got me.
Oh, I love all of them. Why would you side with the Qunari, really? Chase, or the Chargers? Chargers. The Chargers are just fantastic.
Hey, boss.
Got anything to actually catch up on, or? Gildan Horde's drink menu. The Golden Nug, an effervescent white salinity wine with a dash of West Hill brandy and a splash of pomegranate juice, muddled with raspberries and a sprig of royal elf fruit. That sounds nice, actually. Hissing Drink. Bold mist of cinnamon-infused whiskey, dark Lamarin rum, and Hurl's lava burst. Not for the faint of heart. That sounds nice. Not for the faint of stomach or heart. Benediction. Prophet's laurel gin served in with a wedge of lime and a thimble of golden scythe. Emerald Valley, made with the spirit distilled by the Chantry Sisters and leaves from over 70 herbs and flowers, topped by egg white foam and dusted with nutmeg. Not sure about that one. Sweetest Antibon port with a dash of chocolate bitters and a twist of orange, served in a flute of chilled Syrah glass. That looks... I want this menu. Rumored to have been concocted by the editor of Orlay's most scandalous periodical herself, a tall glass of abyssal peach liquor and a fresh cream garnished with sugared rose petals and served with a silk handkerchief with a scandalous rhyming couplet linked on it by a bartender. I need this as like an actual cocktail menu. I need to start making my own cocktail menu, actually. Sarah! Barely saw you there. Ooh. Past and now things. Lost another book. Stop leaving them places. Below are journal entries by Sarah, also several sketches of Skyhold with impeccable cross-hatching. Moving again. Less stuff, more things. People things. Too many vowel somethings. Name less stupid, Orlay. Name less stupid, Orlay. Last Jenny checked in, wasn't worried. Drawing of a gloved fist holding an odd symbol smashing against the face of a chevalier. The symbol is red and smells of strawberry. Traveling again, and again. Been here before, we're everywhere. Back to the Winter Palace? Never good. Pack bees. Bet Varric we're in trouble. Bet Varric we're in trouble. Scratched out. Varric won't take sucker bet in for 10 with Cullen. Everyone looks old and tired and fat. Find who shrunk my skyhold clothes. Scratched out. Piss. Don't say the Inquisitor's hands look bad. It looks very bad. Is Whittle even here? Why do I go where there's no Whittle? Drawing of Sarah and Dagna silhouetted by an explosion, bees, and exploding bees. Chargers in the palace. No one will be sleeping. Rainier hugs harder than Blackwall. Still beardy. Josie is best here. Cassandra needs to punch something or she'll explode. Everyone? They'll never call in everyone. Liliana knows something. Knew it. Inquisition's in trouble.
Inquisitor Herald. Glad to be back, though. Whatever it is this lot have shoved up their sleeves. Just right up in there.
That's it. It's been some time.
Well, we don't know what's what, so what's there to go on about? It's Inquisition business, innit? That's all we are. Maybe sort out how they want to mess with us. Then there'll be something to talk about.
It's been quite a day so far, has it not? I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable. The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Then why can I still see those wheels turning in your head?
Work carries a certain momentum. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
Perhaps you're right. These meetings and talks don't allow for much leisure time.
And then back to Skyhold without a moment's pause to take in where we are. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
And what is this small entertainment?
Something to ease our minds. I would very much like to surprise you with the details.
Thank you for thinking of me. I'd be delighted to attend.
Splendid. I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
What the fuck happened?
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program guide. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Truly.
That part with the glittery... And they actually set fire to... Yes, I truly enjoyed it.
Then I call tonight a great success. Oh, look! The encore signal!
The hell did we just see? Cole in the last few years. Inquisitor. Your suggestion regarding the young man Cole was excellent. He displays an uncanny ability to locate missing people. When hostile forces held our agents and we feared they would be killed if we approached, Cole was able to reach them without being detected. While he has been less useful overall at extracting intelligence, I have learned to trust his instincts about whether a target is trustworthy or malicious. Per your request, I have limited his assistance to rescue operations or attacks on clearly hostile forces. Whatever magic lives in the young man's mind, it would be poorly served by less pleasant necessities of our work. His remarks about my family, while not germane to the mission at hand, were also greatly appreciated. Charter. Inquisitor Llewellyn, Commander Cullen has reviewed the soldiers. I have written and received so many letters from the Elysian Court, our birds practically blot out the sun. We are as prepared for this exalted council as we will ever be. I know this past year has been full of formal meetings. Goodness knows I have attended many myself, but this one will truly test the alliance and friendships we have worked so hard to build. If I may offer you any advice, Inquisitor, it is this. Keep a ready smile, and remember we have their attention because we are to be reckoned with. It's from Josephine and Liliana the last few years. Thank you so much for your kind inquiries. I'm doing very well, although I've been quite busy selecting new staff for my apartments at the Grand Cathedral has taken me so much longer than expected, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to borrow Scout Harding for a few weeks to help me find more nugs. I cannot possibly hire anyone to a permanent position without first observing them in a room full of baby nugs, and all the letters I have on hand are nearly full grown. In any case, I will see you soon at Helm Shrall. Until then, Liliana. Ah! Well, that's the right idea. Nah. Nope. Haha. Not sure what to use that for, but sure. Charter's notes are an encryption she developed while Liliana over the last couple of years. CM's intentions seem sincere. Agent in place at the party tonight where CM is attending. VP left notes at drop as promised. Servant in green livery seen leaving guest wing to palace at odd hours. Possible tryst. Madame LV's second cousin as a bard and employee of Duke WM. Lord WG plans to meet Lady GD tonight. Neither of their spouses know. Lord RW plans to meet with Lady SR tonight. Their spouses do know. Lord RW's wife encouraged RW to step out with SR so she could have some peace and quiet to herself. Conduct becoming the Inquisition. To all members of the Inquisition, it has come to my attention that I must remind everyone the type of behavior expected of us during this exalted council. It is natural to wish to hold our heads high, but remember that we are guests of the Imperial Court. It is upon us to behave with good grace, prosperity, and restraint. If you're unsure of how to address somebody of gentle birth, my lord or my lady will suffice. If you are fearful that you will overstep an unknown protocol, speak with your commanders. If they are not available, seek me out. Both for inviting is strongly discouraged at all times. If you are steered into an argument about the Inquisition's politics, politely excuse yourself as quickly as possible. Please do not engage in these debates. If all else fails, trust sense and common courtesy to guide your actions. Thank you for sending the Chargers to assist in dealings with the demons attacking Montfort. Their assistance was most appreciated and many lives were saved. The Iron Bull and his Chargers have prevented another civil war from sweeping across Orlais with their efforts in Prerendel. The Iron Bull in particular defeated the would-be usurper in combat. We must protest the actions of the Bull's Chargers in South Reach. While the presence of demons and Templars corrupted by Lord Lyrium is undisputed, the necessity of your dwarven miner collapsing the better part of mountain on every enemy forces was hardly necessary. The Bull's Chargers were of great assistance in driving back demons that attacked the shores of Lake Calenad. The elf who calls herself Dalish was particularly helpful, and I look forward to her promised explanation of how Dalish archery techniques can create walls of ice or dispel magical barriers. This tattered book is well worn as if someone has read it dozens of times. Those who deny the truth are willfully ignorant for what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Makes little sense as historians tell it. These men and women are clearly in the pay of those who want the matter silent. Reports of the wreckage claim nothing remains of the temple but rubble from the explosion. Chantry-controlled mages say a spell cast by the Magister Corypheus was amplified by a lyrium deposit beneath the temple. But this is folly. Learned professors and mages outside the Chantry have proven in many writings that even superheated lyrium cannot melt granite beams. Are you serious? The destruction of the Temple of Sacred Ashes can only be the work of hidden Ophidian enslavers, the Snake Kings of the Earth in their battle against Tevinter's allies from the moons. I, of course, know about them, and I hope to prove the reader beyond a doubt. The selection of educational charts illuminating my theories are on the back of this volume. It goes on like this for 400 more pages. Okay. Fire can't melt steel beams. Dispatch from the Crown of Ferelden. Uncle Tegan, I read your first letter. Trust Orlais to put up a fight about this now. You've been there before. I'm not telling you anything new. Send a messenger if you need anything. I'll send someone else straight away. Regards, King Alistair of Ferelden. Someone, presumably His Majesty, has drawn a stick figure weighed down by an oversized crown at the bottom of the cage. This undecided note is creased as if it had been secreted away in someone's pocket. Dearest Jay, I agree it is surprising that the Ferelden's come as equals, but the Exalted Council is in the heart of Southern Orlais. That cannot be lost on our neighbors. Empress Celine has stayed in Balrio to appease a delegation of Navarrans, or so her messengers say. It is obviously the Empress stays away to dodge the demand that she brings the Inquisition to heel. One would almost think that Celine believes they will find a way out of their bind, so strangely naive at her age. This fountain was erected in commemoration of the end of the Civil War by the slaying of Corypheus by the Blessed Herald of Andraste, Inquisitor Ilan Lavellan, on the 42nd year of the Dragon Age. Let the song of its water be its laughter, let the coal of its stone be its memories gone. Dedicated by Her Imperial Majesty Empress Celine in memory of those who fell to protect and preserve the Elysian Empire. Okay, we've had a look around what I think is every square inch of this place, so let's go turn our dog treats. Bees! Chance to inflict bees on a target.
Yes, thank you.
Inquisitor?
Okay, let's... that might be a collectible, so let's go sync that.
Orlais is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition's support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
Thrilled to be at the Exalted Council, Lord Parvis.
Oh, riveted. Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Parvis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Orlais wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is a good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
As the most eloquent dwarf you know, Sparkles...
Speech! Speech! Way too much speech.
Varric, there's really no need.
What's going on?
Inquisitor! You're just in time. Sparkles, the Imperium doesn't deserve you. Or want you. It may even kill you. But we'll miss you. If it counts. And you didn't know. Okay, folks. Time to take the party elsewhere.
Tommen never wanted any. I swear.
Leave him.
It's true. When the Exalted Council has ended, I'm going back to Tevinter. For good, this time.
Tevinter needs someone like you.
My father is dead. Assassinated, I believe. I received notice this morning. A perversely cheerful letter congratulating me on assuming his seat in the Magisterium. We only met a few times while I was home. He didn't say anything about keeping me as his heir. This ambassadorship, his doing, I'm told. He must have wanted me away when the trouble began. I have to go back.
I know it was complicated, but I'm sorry about your father.
Thank you. It still doesn't feel real.
What of us? This is it, then?
Nonsense. There will always be an us. We'll just be farther apart for a time. Now, don't pout. They'll put that expression on a statue, and then you'll be sorry.
You think this is funny?
Nothing about this is funny. I am sorry, for what it's worth.
So you'll truly be a Magister?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to degrade the Magisterium with my presence. A new outfit is required.
And then what?
I find my father's killers and kill them back. Then I find those giving Tevinter a bad name and kill them. They're most likely the same people, so that should make the job easier.
You'll need help. I could go with you.
Not this time, Amatus. I won't be entirely without support. Maevaris has gathered other Magisters who feel as we do. We'll be an actual faction in the Magisterium. I'll teach them manners, take them shopping. It'll be fun.
I wish you safe travels and the best of luck.
Oh, I'll need it, thank you. Magisters are tricksy bastards. A present. A going-away present. It's a sending crystal. Amazing what friendship with the Inquisition gives you access to. If I get in over my head, or you're overwhelmed with sorrow for lack of my velvety voice... Magic. What? You didn't think I would just leave and you'd never hear from me again, did you? You are the man I love, Amatus. Nothing will truly keep us apart. Now let's finish the good wine before the others get back.
You get me a cell phone.
Quite the party, wasn't it? I hear it left the Orlesians and Fereldans completely aghast. Andraste's herald, the Inquisitor, toasting a Tevinter Magister. Not a bad scandal to leave on.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Of course not, Inquisitor. I was catching up with Redcliffe's Arl. He's here to represent Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
Blessedly quiet. The mayor conveys his greetings. Redcliffe remembers its savior.
I'll try not to keep you from more important matters.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Many are frightened of the Inquisition's power, but I will do all I can to allay their fears.
When world powers want to discuss plans for the future, I get nervous.
Good. Someone should keep you on your toes. We don't want you to get bored, Inquisitor. I have much to do, but let me say this. I may no longer be your spy master, but I am always here if you require.
I'm glad you finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
The Inquisition has grown. I can see how its presence might cause concern.
Then you understand why we must demand a reduction of your military forces. A power without allegiance to either Ferelden or Orlais. Even I see neither of our countries can let it rest. I won't keep you longer. We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
Okay, so I guess with that, we're gonna continue with this in the next episode. Lovely to see what everyone's been up to for the last 2 years. So much character in these characters, right? Also we got a bee stick. That's fun. Wait, what's the extra thing over here? Liliana, you have something more for us?
Will you walk with me? The first time I came to the Winter Palace, I was only 18. I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble columns, more golden lions than I could count. It's all still here, still bright, but I no longer see that same palace.
Everything changes. People most of all.
Yes. Now all I see are hands rubbed raw to make gold gleam, tears shed in the night over silk embroidery. Others overlook them and forget their pain, but I am divine and I cannot be blind. They seek to tear the Inquisition down. You feel it, no? Fear.
Have we not made enough allies?
If friends were easily made and kept, we wouldn't need diplomacy. Our allies can be cordial to our faces and still dread the future. They are afraid of nothing so much as the hand that directs it all.
Mine.
Already your actions have begun to reshape Thedas. Your influence is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. The Inquisition's time is coming to an end.
The Inquisition still does good work. Thedas will always need us.
We set out to restore peace, and now peace is upon us. Some things can only be accomplished in shadow, without the trappings of power and the attention they bring. But whatever you decide, I will be honored to stand beside you.
That sounded like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, work in secret kind of thing. Anyways, so we'll continue with beginning the Exalted Council in the next episode. So until then, my name's been Tojo. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.